So Kendrick Lamar, he announced that he will be the next Super Bowl 59 halftime performer, February 9th, 2025 in New Orleans. And I'll be honest, this was a move that I don't think anybody. So we just spoke about this, last month? Threw some names out there. Taylor Swift was one of the names.
We figured they would go more white pop leaning.
Yeah, Taylor was one of the ones we threw out there because she didn't do it yet. Obviously, her ties to the NFL now that she's dating one of the Kelsey brothers. So it just seemed like Taylor would be the one. I don't think anybody, any list or any podcast had Kendrick being the next Super Bowl halftime performer.
Didn't even cross my mind that would be something.
So the internet kind of, everybody obviously reacted to it. One of the main points I'm seeing is that people felt like it should have been Lil Wayne. Okay. It's in New Orleans. At this point, Lil Wayne is a legacy act. The Super Bowl halftime show is kind of sort of a legacy thing a little bit. Recent years, they've had, more probably not legacy yet, but definitely legendary artists perform. So the Lil Wayne was the name that I seen everybody jump to. And obviously because again it's New Orleans, so it just seemed like it made sense. But thinking about that, I don't know if Lil Wayne has the solo records, enough of the solo big records to do a Super Bowl halftime.
I mean, I didn't want to be the one to say it because I love Wayne. I didn't want to sound like a hater, but I agree with you. Yeah, and I know it sounds like an egregious take, but the Super Bowl is different when it comes to that type of stuff. Wayne has all the hits for the culture.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would look like at the Super Bowl. I also don't know what it's going to look like with Kendrick at the Super Bowl either. I know it's going to sound like some hater shit.
We'll get to that. But Kendrick is, if we're going to go hip hop at the Super Bowl, I think the only ones that would be able to do it is obviously Drake, Kendrick, Kanye, maybe Travis.
No.
He might be like the asterisk next to his, but we're talking about...
He put on the best show, but I don't know if he would have the Super Bowl type hits.
Well, Wayne is not one of the ones. What I'm saying is Wayne is not one of the names that would normally come up in that conversation. Now I get it, the New Orleans, his hometown. I get how that may make sense. But at the end of the day, just because an artist is from a city don't mean that they get
I think halftime show. A Wayne in support type of thing, like how it was Dre and Friends.
Yeah.
I think Wayne putting together a full set of New Orleans artists and special guests that are announced, I think Wayne would make a lot of sense in a scenario like that. But a straight up solo, that shit is tough.
Yeah.
Especially for a rapper, just do a solo halftime show.
So,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I saw yesterday you tweeted a bunch of laughing emojis. Was that in regards to anything, or you were just like, we're in a fun mood? You were just laughing at something.
He
was next to Chris Rock.
Chris Rock made
Oh no, that was in response to the announcement.
Okay, all right.
Of Kendrick doing the halftime show. Only because now I know what this ignites. Now it ignites other things and other, it's like, okay, so here we go. Like we revving this because now you got to remember this is until February. Now the one thing that I don't know if people thought about, and I thought about it, but then I'm like, no, he has to. Will they let him say pedophile on that stage?
No.
They do clean records always though at Super Bowl.
Yeah, they won't let him say you can't say pedophile, but the crowd is gonna sing it, so it doesn't matter.
So this is why this is interesting to me, because obviously Kendrick Kendrick is one of the biggest rappers, biggest artists. So, but the reason why it's funny to me, and the reason why I think this is a bigger thing, is because next year it's in California, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it probably would have made more sense for Kendrick to perform in California for a Super Bowl, being he's from Cali, right? Don't know if the records will translate then.
But the only time that they really did the region halftime thing was with Dre and Snoop when it was in LA. Like, have they ever done that any other time where it's like, the artist is
really?
No, but we can kind of like, If the Super Bowl next year, not 2025, 2026, if it's in California again, then if Kendrick gets it, then it's not too much of a surprise. Okay, he's California, we get it.
For marketing purposes, why wouldn't they do it at the height of this moment?
Well, this is a moment, right?
Because more than likely, he's going to have an album drop in between now and the Super Bowl.
For sure.
Well, this goes to what I'm saying. It's all in the same point. So he's hot right now, obviously. The record, the Not Like Us record. So was he given this now strictly off of Not Like Us?
I think that plays a big part of it, for sure.
So now we know,
but he is still an A-list rapper, no matter what.
No,
without Not Like Us, he's
one of the ones that probably would have
sells the most. Fucking has the highest grossing rap tour.
He's probably one of the ones that would have a Super Bowl at some point.
Yeah,
we know that. We don't even have to discuss that. But we're talking about now. Why now? Right? Obviously, again, the record, the momentum, it's business. They know people are going to tune in. Usher has the second highest Super Bowl halftime ever behind Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Don't know where Kendrick would land, but I'm guessing that the people that are responsible for putting on the show want to capitalize off this momentum.
Wasn't Jay play a role in that?
I was going to ask.
He has a role.
It must have been a tough day for you because you're kind of at a crossroads between being Rock and OVO. Like, which side do you pick? Do you ride with Hove putting Kendrick on the bill because that's family? Or are you on the other side with OVO and boycotting? Like turning off the TV when halftime comes?
No, it's the reason why, because again, Kendrick is one of the ones that eventually would have had a halftime. So now, the sticky part about all of this is Drake has been offered this Super Bowl show for some years now and has turned it down. Probably 4 years he's been offered to perform at Super Bowl. Said no for whatever reason. Whatever reason, he just didn't.
Did he tell you that, or is that like a known thing?
I didn't know that.
I've never heard that either.
What? The who?
Drake.
Oh, yeah.
Said no.
Well, he has. Drake has turned down the Super Bowl a few years.
Why do you think he's turned it down? Because that's really interesting to me.
I don't know why he would turn it down. I mean, that's up to the artist, their discretion. Maybe I'm on the road right now. I don't want to, whatever reason.
Want to be able to give it the proper
whatever reason it may be. It may be a conflict. When you're talking about artists that are that big, it could be a conflict of interest somewhere, partnerships here, there. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, back to the whole thing. So obviously Jay-Z has a part in putting on the halftime show. They're in control of it now. It's obviously other people that, have some type of say in it. So that's where it starts to look a little like, okay, you give Kendrick this big stage, one of the biggest stages ever, and allow him to capitalize off the momentum. Again, this is February 25, so now we rolling it all the way into next year. He'll obviously do the record. Maybe some things are blurred out, whatever it may be.
Yes. Am I weird for thinking that he doesn't do Not Like Us?
Now,
yes,
hold on.
I think you're
hold
weird.
on. Now, hold on.
I think
hold
you're
on.
very weird, actually.
But,
and this isn't me saying, hey, do the B-side
no.
the pop-out show. I'm saying, can you do that record?
This is why. Can you do it? This is why we're having this conversation, because, people thought that I was going to be, I'll be mad. But I'm like, well, wait.
It's about pedophilia. Can you do that?
That's why I'm like, well, wait.
That's all. So
he clearly got the offer. Again, Kendrick may have gotten the offer before this year. I don't know that. But he clearly got it this year because of his momentum based off of that record. So that's why when I say, is he gonna perform that at the Super with Pepsi, behind? I just don't. You know what I mean? It's like, granted, again, I want to keep it focused here, Rory. We do recognize that Kendrick would have eventually gotten this opportunity. He's one of those artists. He's one of the biggest rappers. I don't want that to get lost. He would have eventually. I'm talking about the timing of it. Now, it's all coming off of that record that's alleging that one of the other biggest stars in the world egregious claims of him being a pedophile, which is crazy. So, with a company like Pepsi, I think Apple's behind it, right? Apple Music. Is he gonna? If they allow him to, listen, let me explain something. If they allow him to go up there and do that record, and they don't blur out those words,
Well, the words are going to be black.
That is very intentional.
That's FCC rule. It's the FCC, right?
Oh, what the?
But anyone just find it insane that at one point during the Super Bowl, someone is going to talk about how Party Next Door does coke, and someone's going to say baka at a Super Bowl halftime.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like that's nuts to me.
What's okay? So we're talking about the lyrics. Well,
how are we overthinking it?
Because we've also been pretty open about Dre in his cases, and he was like the fucking face of the last.
That was 30 something years ago.
Beats the shit out of women.
That was 30 something years ago.
But his songs, and I'm not making excuses, but his songs aren't about domestic violence. Like the song is about pedophilia. Granted, it's a bop.
Not really.
Not completely.
What?
There's some lines in there about pedophilia, but the entire song is not about pedophilia. It's not. The entire song is not about
First two verses are about that.
Okay. I think it's mentioned, but
I don't even know. I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't know any of the verses. Like I couldn't recite a verse from that, but the lines I can recite are like leading to like somebody being a pedophile. I can't tell you like the middle of the bars. I can't give you those lines.
I mean, honestly, just looking at the first verse alone, half of this can't be said.
This is why I'm trying back to what I'm saying.
But that's rap. No, because that's lame. Because that's rap music. Period. Rap music. You can't. Rap music is full of niggas, bitch, shit you can't say on television. Like they perform the clean version of records all the time. With rap.
I just want to hear jabroni ass said on
And then that's the other thing to this.
NFL
This is the first rapper, right? Unless it was there another rapper that had a Super Bowl halftime show, like rapper?
Oh, like
the solo?
Yeah. Dr. Dre doesn't count. That was a medley of all the artists he worked with, signed, produced for.
I mean, but it was still rap.
Yeah, but I'm talking about headline rap.
No, not that I can think of.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know.
One, but we should probably
we're looking it up.
Confirm it. But no,
he's the first one. There was no rap before Jay and them took over the Super Bowl show. Yeah, we know that for a fact.
Maybe throw like a rapper for a verse with
I'm talking about
or something.
This is their show, not come out on somebody's set. Rapper, this is your show. You have the Super Bowl halftime show. This is the first time we're seeing this. Now, granted, Drake has turned it down for a few years. He's declined the offer, but this is the first time, and it's coming off the momentum of a record alleging that, Drake is a pedophile.
Yeah, just to close this fact, there has not been
of course there has
a rapper. No.
So, does Kendrick perform
Black Eyed Peas
that record?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he does in his medley of records. I think he does the hook. I think he'll probably do 30 seconds of the record. I don't think we're getting the verses from Not Like Us.
So just hook.
I think we're going to get the hook and then he's going to
So to me, that's not performing a record.
To another song.
To me, that's not performing a record because we know why, if that happens, why he only does the hook. We know why he did that because they're not having that. But then my thing is, again, we know Kendrick at some point would have gotten this. My thing is, why give it to him now if the only reason you're giving it to him is based off the momentum of this record that you then can't have him say or perform on this stage?